Assalamualaikum et bonjour. In this chapter 4, we are going to learn all the expressions describing activities in a past tense, and the past tense in French it is called passé composé. Well, before that, let's look at the title of this chapter. The chapter title is Le Weekend. Le Weekend means weekend. Right. Now, qu'est-ce que vous avez fait la semaine dernière? I repeat that again. Qu'est-ce que vous avez fait la semaine dernière? Okay, it means qu'est-ce que means what, and here you have an expression of passé composé. Vous avez fait, what you have done. Okay, vous avez fait is in passé composé. It is a French past tense, and you have here an expression to show that it happened in the past. La semaine dernière, last week. So the question is, what did you do last week? Well, or literally it means what have you done last week? Okay, so this will be the title for chapter 4. This dialogue is between a lecturer, Madame Dupont, and her students. You have Roland, Stéphanie, and André. So now, let's get started. Well, before that, I will repeat that again. Repeat the title. You have Le Weekend. Qu'est-ce que vous avez fait la semaine dernière? Okay. You have Madame Dupont asking students. Okay, so you have here Qu'est-ce que vous avez fait le week-end dernier? Okay, qu'est-ce que vous avez fait le week-end dernier? Right. Now it means what have you done last weekend? Now the expression of passé composé here is vous avez fait. Okay. This tense it is in past tense. Okay. So I write it down. Passé composé. Okay. So you have this expression to show that it happened in the past. Le week-end dernier. Okay. Now, earlier in the title, you have seen the word dernière. Now you see it is not dernière, it is dernier. Now let's look at the spelling. So you have dernière in the title, but here you have dernier. Okay, well, why is it like this? You have dernière, this is in feminine form, and this is in masculine form. Well, since the weekend here it is in masculine form, so we use this dernier to show that it is last weekend. But in the title, if you can look at this closely, it is la semaine, and semaine here is in female form. So that's why we choose dernière in feminine form, female form as well. Can you see this? So it means last week, but here it means last weekend. Okay? Alright? So you have two words to describe last. Okay? Right, let's move to the next one. Qu'est-ce que vous avez fait le week-end dernier? What have you done last weekend? Now, let's look at these questions. Well, this answer, not question. So, Roland said, le week-end dernier, j'ai regardé un film au cinéma avec mes amis. Après ça, nous sommes allés au parc pour se promener. I repeat that again. Le week-end dernier, j'ai regardé un film au cinéma avec mes amis. Après ça, nous sommes allés au parc pour se promener. Okay, it means last weekend I have watched a film at the movie theater with my friends. After that, we went to the park for a walk. Okay, all right, for a walk. Now, let's look at this sentence, these sentences. So, let's look at the expressions in passé composé. J'ai regardé means I have watched. And the second one you have nous sommes allés. We went. Okay, so you have two tenses in passé composé. Okay, now if you notice, there is one verb here which you have seen in the chapter 3. Se promener. Do you remember this verb? Well, it comes from the verb pronomino. Yes, very good. Okay, to go for a walk. Okay, now let's move to the next one. So now Stephanie says, moi, je suis allée à la piscine avec ma mère. Ensuite, nous sommes allés en ville. Nous sommes allés. There's a link here. Well, here also you have a link. If you notice that, you have nous sommes allés. The Z sound. Okay, so let's look at this. Moi, je suis allée. Okay, here also you have a link. Je suis allée à la piscine avec ma mère. Ensuite, nous sommes allés en ville. J'ai acheté une jupe et ma mère a acheté un t-shirt. Moi, je suis allée à la piscine avec ma mère. Ensuite, nous sommes allés en ville. J'ai acheté une jupe et ma mère a acheté un t-shirt. Me, I went to the swimming pool with my mother. Later, we went to the town. Okay? I have bought a skirt and my mother have bought a t-shirt. Now, if you listen carefully, you have this acheté, right? Now, I'm going to write another word, which is spelled differently but has the same pronunciation. Look at the ending. Okay, now this is acheté. This is also acheté. That's how you pronounce these two words. It is spelled differently, but it has the same pronunciation. Okay? Alright, please remember that. Okay. Now let's move to the next one. Et toi, André, où est-ce que tu es allé? There's a link here. Tu es allé le week-end dernier. Et toi, André, où est-ce que tu es allé le week-end dernier? And you, André, where did you go last weekend? Okay, so the expression of passé composé here is, okay, make a guess. Yes, you are right. It is tu es allé. Okay, where did you go, or where did you go? Where? Okay, tu es allé. Where did you go? It is in passé composé. Now, let's move to the next one. Moi, je suis allé, there's a link here. chez ma grand-mère à Vichy. Elle habite dans une, okay, there's a link here, dans une petite campagne près de la montagne. Montagne, stress the N, okay, but not the G. Montagne. Moi, je suis allée chez ma grand-mère à Vichy. Elle habite dans une petite campagne près de la montagne. Me, I went to my grandmother's house at Vichy. She lives in a small village near the mountain. Okay, now let's look at where is the expression of passé composé here. Okay, now you have here, je suis allé. I went. Okay? All right. Now, let's move to the next one. Et vous, madame? All right. If you notice, just now when madame talking to Andre, she is using toi. But here, Roland to madame using vous. So remember the informal and formal situation. Okay? Since madame is an older person and she has position as a lecturer, so that's why they use vous instead of tu. Okay, so now you have et vous, madame, qu'est-ce que vous avez fait le week-end dernier? Et vous, madame, qu'est-ce que vous avez fait le week-end dernier? It means, and you, madame, what did you do last weekend? Now, let's look at the expression of passé composé. You have it. Vous avez fait. Vous avez. There's a link here. If you notice, vous avez fait. All right? So that will be the expression in passé composé. Now, what did Madame do? Now, Madame Dupont says, moi, je suis allée. Okay, you have the link here. Moi, je suis allée à la plage avec ma famille. Famille, the L is silent. It replaces with Y. Famille. Moi, je suis allée à la plage. Nous avons passé un excellent week-end. Passé, well, passé, passé. Different spelling but same pronunciation. Okay? Well, what does it mean? Me, I went to the beach with my family. We have spent an excellent weekend. Right. Now, I'm going to repeat this again and we're going to look at the expression of passé composé. Moi, je suis allée à la plage avec ma famille. Nous avons passé un excellent week-end. All right. Now you have two expressions in passé composé. You have je suis allé and nous avons passé. Well, I've forgotten there's also a link here. Nous avons. All right. So you have here the and also here. All right. So there are two expressions in passé composé. All right. That will be the dialogue for chapter 4. Now, let's look at the verbs. Well, we have seen the verbs in passé composé, but where does it come from? Okay, so let's look at the title first. So you have here le week-end. Qu'est-ce que vous avez fait la semaine dernière? Okay, now you have the expression vous avez fait, and this actually comes from the verb faire, to do or to make. All right, so now let's move to the next one. Okay, so you have the expression qu'est-ce que vous avez fait le week-end dernier? Again, it is the same thing. Vous avez fait actually comes from the verb, well, the verb is faire, to do or to make. Okay, that will be the root verb. Okay, so now we'll be looking at the root verb of each expression. Now you have this. How about this? Okay. Now, all right. Okay, you have le week-end dernier, j'ai regardé. Okay, j'ai regardé comes from the root verb regarder, to look or to watch. Right? And nous sommes allés, aller here comes from the verb aller, to go. Okay? So you have two here. The first one is regarder, second one is aller. Okay? So now let's move to the next one. Okay? You have je suis allé. Again, this one comes from the verb aller, to go. Nous sommes allés also comes from aller. And j'ai acheté, ma mère a acheté comes from the verb acheter. The root verb acheter means to buy. Okay, so aller is to go and acheter is to buy. Now, let's move to the next one. Okay, so this expression is tu es allé. So aller here again come from the verb, the root verb aller means to go. Okay? Alright, now let's move to the next one. Je suis allé here also comes from aller. Okay? Alright, next one. Vous avez fait comes from the root verb faire, to do. Okay? And last one. You have je suis allé comes from the verb aller. And nous avons passé comes from the verb passer, to spend. Okay? Alright. That will be pretty much the gist of the dialogue. So I hope you are able to make a difference between a sentence in the present tense and a sentence in passé composé. Later in this chapter, we are going to learn how to form passé composé in French. So I am wishing all of you bon courage, bonne continuation. Merci beaucoup et au revoir.